And welcome back to The Sixth Sense with Alan and Miss Margaret. And we have up on the screen, we have the chart for Patricia. And why don't we start as usual, I think, with the ascendant.
Well, we will start with the ascendant, but she's got a very interesting chart because half of her houses are empty.
That's right.
She's only got 6 houses with planets in. Okay, the ascendant. Well, she was born October the 1st, 1954, right. 2:45 a.m. in the morning in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
And at that time, as she was born under the sign of Libra, Leo was rising.
Yes.
And often when you have a rising, well, everybody has a rising sign, but when you have a different rising sign to your sun sign, you can actually be more of that sun sign, more of that rising sign than you are your sun sign.
Right.
You're more of a Scorpio than you are a Libran. And of course, I feel that Patricia, although she shows the Libran qualities, has a lot of the Scorpio energy there.
Probably a Leo,
but she's also got heaps of Scorpio in her chart as well.
But she's
got a whole combination of all different energies that are coming together to make her who she is.
But she probably has that Leo personality, a little bit outgoing.
She's got a very Leo personality. Right. I hope she's using it as well.
Yeah, because as you go through her chart, that second and third and fifth house, if you're using that Leo energy, you're doing pretty well.
She's actually got 1, 2, 3, 4. She's got 4 planets in Scorpio as well. So those, if you've got 3 or more planets in a sign, it also means that you carry a lot of that energy as well.
Right.
So she's got she's born under the sign of Libra. She's got Leo rising, and she's got all this Scorpio, which is very strong and also quite a bit of Cancer in there. Her first house is empty, Alan, and that means that she's worked through herself and ego issues. She has nothing to learn there.
Right.
She's obviously learned these in past lifetimes, and unless she goes backwards, she won't have to learn them again.
Right, and that would be very good with her Leo energy because she doesn't have self-issues. So her Leo energy should be very personable, very outgoing.
Yeah, very much so. In her second house, which is the house of money and finances, she has got her sun and her part of fortune. Now,
and when Margaret first taught me about astrology, she told me if you have the sun or the part of fortune in the second house, you have the ability to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
She has them both.
Well, she's going. I mean, the thing is, it's up to her if she wants to use the energy.
Right.
You and I both know somebody who has the sun in the second house, and they had the opportunity through the trading share market to go where they should have gone, and they didn't go that way.
But that individual still has pretty good cash flow. Might not go that far, but
the thing is that it's up to the individual to use the energy.
Right.
And with her sun in Libra and her part of fortune in Libra, in the second house of money, finances, assets, she has the opportunity to make a lot of money if she wants to do so.
I'd be interested, but my feeling is with that Leo personality, your acumen around money, you'd be an incredible stockbroker.
Oh, well, she could be if she wanted to be.
Okay.
In the second house, that's what she's got there. But in the third house, she has quite a lot of energy.
And the third house is what?
Is communications and brothers and sisters, energy to do with brothers and sisters, siblings. And she has in that third house, she has Neptune, she has Mercury, and she has her Saturn. Now, Saturn is where we have to learn our hardest lessons. And with having Saturn in Scorpio, her Mercury in Scorpio, and her Neptune in Libra, she's not got an easy job in the communications area. We said at the beginning that she's got all this Leo there in her ascendant. But the thing is that, either she would have had problems communicating as a child, or my feeling is she could put her foot into it a lot of times by being actually quite open with the way she talks. And she's also got Venus there as well, and Venus is in Scorpio also. So the thing is that she's got communication issues that she has to learn from. I feel that she actually came to learn to talk, to learn to communicate, to learn to... She would make a brilliant writer, although that Saturn part of her would tell her she wasn't good enough, and that she wouldn't be able to do this.
Right.
But with her Neptune and Mercury there, and her Venus, everything's there for her to do writing and actually make money from it.
Right.
This is where she could really do well, earning her money.
She could.
The fourth house is the house of home and family, and it's often the house of the mother. And I say that because the fourth house can sometimes be the father. It all depends on how I read the chart. But the fourth house, she has the moon, and that's in Scorpio as well. And that's a very powerful placement in Scorpio for the moon. And it's all about her home and family, and she's very protective of her home and family. She's, you know, if she has married, she's a great mother, and she's very focused on her home and on her families. It's like it means everything to her. So, you know, she's got that in the fourth house. In the fifth house, which is all about creativity and children, she has her North Node, which is where she's going. She has Mars, lots and lots of energy. And she has Chiron. Now, they're all in Capricorn. Right. So they're all earth signs. And so she's very grounded. But I feel that if she's not using her creative energy, she needs to find where to use it. Because she can be very, very creative. And it's also, she's also very connected to romance and love. I mean, she'd make a great romance writer. She really would. But she's, you know, she's got a great deal of creative energy, and her deepest wounds are actually in her house of children, because the fifth house is also the house of children, as well as being creativity. And, you know, she's got a lot of healing to do from her children. Right. I am being shown that she had her children taken from her in a past lifetime, and I'm being shown the plague. And I'm being shown a plague-like illness where her children at 4 and 6 were taken away from her at a very early age by a disease. And, you know, it devastated her. And I don't know whether she would have been very protective of her own children if she's had children. But as they were growing up, when they were children.
More likely she was.
Yeah, very much so.